How did you get that footage of Diddy?
I figured most journalists would not disclose their source.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
I think he's going to say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time.
Diddy sent those to 50?
Diddy's like funeral flowers.
Oh. Does he know y'all have this in the doc?
I would doubt. My favorite villain? I kind of like Diddy.
There are no misconceptions about it.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up.
Jay's definitely.
Jay helped you?
Yeah.
How did you
As a
help?
competitor.
Explain it.
Yeah, because he never was someone that you communicate with that you're like friends with the person. But I always respected him because he was never an actual competitor in actual fact. He was someone who was a competitor to perception.
How close was Diddy and Jay-Z? They was close enough that they wasn't playing basketball, they wasn't playing baseball, they wasn't playing football, and they wasn't playing hockey or soccer for Diddy to come on stage, pat him on his and then make the statement to people in the world that can't nobody call me Sean but Jay-Z.
And B was, one time she jumped off of the ledge, came running over because she thought me and Jay had issues, and I was like, what the? And I was like, did she really just jump down and run over here like that?
Beyonce jumped off a ledge.
Yeah, what happened? It was in the Cosmopolitan, huh?
Right. She really a superhero.
She jumped down and no, she was like, this what? Like that Bonnie and Clyde for real? You try this or what, boy? I'm here.
Word.
She down like at me. I said,
was Solange with her?
She looked at me like that. I was like,
a new storm is brewing, one that ties together old rumors, recent scandals, and accusations that many believed were long buried. At the center of it stands 50 Cent, a figure who has spent the past 2 decades publicly challenging people he believes are shielded by the entertainment industry. One of those names has consistently been Diddy. But now, according to 50, the story doesn't stop with a single mogul. This time, he's implying that the next wave of scrutiny could extend beyond Diddy, reaching toward Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and even Oprah Winfrey, 3 of the most powerful and influential figures in modern entertainment. These are names that have circulated in speculation for years, but until now were rarely confronted so directly. The spark ignited when 50 Cent suggested he may be holding new footage connected to the same inner circle linked to the Diddy controversy. He hinted that the documentary centered on Sean Combs was only the first chapter. Then came a short message that instantly went viral. "You're next." Fans immediately began connecting the dots. Many assumed the message was aimed at Jay-Z and Beyoncé. Questions followed just as quickly. Why them? Why now? And why immediately after the Diddy documentary? According to long-running industry speculation, the answer may lie in a tightly connected elite circle, one protected for years by wealth, influence, and powerful alliances. When the Netflix documentary on Diddy was released, viewers noted how closely Jay-Z and Diddy's professional and social circles had overlapped for decades, from business ventures to private events and exclusive industry spaces. Beyoncé moved within many of those same circles, from Rock Nation events to Grammys after-parties and high-level gatherings. The same names appeared repeatedly now. 50 Cent is signaling that proximity alone may no longer shield anyone from public scrutiny, as past footage, claims, and stories are being revisited in a new light, and if his hints are accurate, this may only be the beginning.
Were private conversations, and that he and Diddy could talk openly, and Mark could talk to Diddy not just as a client, but as a person, and tried to guide him in a time leading up to his arrest. And unbeknownst to Mark Agnifilo, Diddy has got this guy recording the conversation as he's sitting there saying, "You are screwing this up. You are messing up this case. We're losing." And knowing that that's on tape. And it's almost like he's performing for the camera and not telling Mark what's going on. And the really enraging part about it is that Mark Agnifilo won this case for Diddy with legal strategy. It wasn't just an accident that this jury that had heard all of this in the news before the trial voted not guilty on all the serious charges. It was Mark Agnifilo that did that. Yet Diddy secretly records this guy and embarrasses him. And yeah, you could say, well, Diddy never expected that it would end up being broadcast somewhere else. Well, okay, but Diddy was planning on using it, or he wouldn't have had it recorded in the first place. So it's just really, really unfair. And I know that in a way this sounds crazy, that I'm getting so upset about Diddy, and yet there's video of Diddy beating Cassie. Well, that's horrendous, but that doesn't mean you can't look at something else as well. And I just think, as a lawyer, I just think this is just so outrageous that he would do something like this, and not even understanding what Agnifilo's legal theory was. Because I will tell you that when we did our first documentary on Diddy, which was 8 months before the trial, Mark Agnifilo said to me on camera that he is going to tell this jury that this was a successful black man that prosecutors were trying to take down because they couldn't get into his bank accounts because they were clean, and he couldn't deal with they couldn't deal with taxes because he wasn't committing tax fraud. So they go into his bedroom. And that's what Mark Agnifilo said 8 months before. And he goes into the trial and he essentially wins that argument. Whether you believe it or not, a jury that sat through the whole thing, they believed it, and ultimately they convicted him on this BS Mann Act thing. So Diddy won that case. And one of the reasons he won the case is something that Agnifilo got criticized for. That when he did the documentary with me, he was making a joke about the baby oil. Remember, he said, oh, well, I didn't know he bought in bulk. He must have bought 1,000 bottles at Costco. And a lot of people just slammed him for that and said, how dare you? You're being disrespectful. The baby oil is the smoking gun in this case. Agnifilo knew all along that the baby oil was Diddy's best defense. Because when Agnifilo got before that jury in closing arguments, he looked at them and he said, well, the feds came in with their armor and artillery and guns. And what did they do? They got 1,000 bottles of baby oil off the streets. Ooh, he said, the streets are safer now. And the jury laughed. And that laugh told Agnifilo he should keep going on that. And that the trial itself was absurd because the baby oil was really the punch.
As the years went on, Jay-Z continued aligning himself with some of the most powerful figures in entertainment, including Diddy, Oprah Winfrey, and executives connected to major corporate and media networks. And whenever 50 Cent believed something was being quietly protected or overlooked, he responded the only way he knows how, through sarcasm, public mockery, and carefully timed social media posts. But this time felt different. For the first time, 50 directly warned Jay-Z, hinting that he may possess footage or material that could potentially impact the Carters. Fans immediately saw this as a shift in tone. That's because 50 doesn't typically bluff. When he suggests he has documents, recordings, or inside information, he usually follows through. And that reputation is exactly why Jay-Z and Beyoncé suddenly became the center of intense online speculation. This is also where Oprah's name entered the conversation. Many began asking why Oprah was being mentioned alongside Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and figures connected to Diddy. The answer lies partly in resurfaced criticisms and partly in 50 Cent's long history of publicly challenging her. Over the years, 50 has accused Oprah of using her platform selectively. He has argued that she scrutinized certain figures, particularly black entertainers, while allegedly avoiding deeper examination of powerful white executives during the height of the #MeToo era. He frequently referenced her involvement in documentaries about R. Kelly, contrasting that with her past association with Harvey Weinstein. And on a more personal note, 50 has never hidden the fact that Oprah once declined to interview him, something he has publicly brought up more than once to TO his supporters. That history explains why her name is now being pulled into the broader discussion, and why some believe this situation may extend beyond a single individual.
Sights on someone new after the Diddy Netflix documentary. If you aren't aware, 50 Cent has been getting insane feedback from the Netflix documentary he made on Diddy. Sean Combs' The Reckoning is what it's called, and it's #1 all over Netflix, beating even Stranger Things. Diddy himself has responded to it saying, the stories are false, of course, denying everything, and even trying to do a cease and desist on the Netflix documentary. And after this Diddy documentary, a lot of people have been wondering who's the next person that deserves to get exposed. And Jay-Z is the one that a lot of people are pointing their finger at. And the reason why Jay-Z has been getting a lot of this type of backlash is because Jay-Z was really close to Diddy. At one point, Diddy was even calling him his brother, and that Jay-Z's the only one that can call him his real name, Sean. That maybe there's something on Jay-Z's side that has been going on behind the scenes. Now, there hasn't been any solid proof yet, but Nicki Minaj has been going at Jay-Z for quite some time, talking about Jay-Z is manipulative and he steals, and he's been pushing a narrative, and that Roc Nation has control and power over a lot of things. And I can kind of understand where she's coming from to a certain extent. We got to remember when Jay-Z went up on the Grammy stage and said Beyonce never won Album of the Year and complained about that, literally the following year, Beyonce wins Album of the Year, which is just something like that doesn't show you that there is some power going on there, that there is something behind the scenes that Jay-Z controls. It's clear as day that it's all politics on who wins Grammys, you know, who gets the better light and things. So that kind of opened my eyes, you know, as to Roc Nation's power and how they manipulate things in the media. I'll never forget Jay-Z would get this like special treatment all the time when it comes to the media. I mean, Hot 97, when they interviewed Jay-Z, they literally rolled out a red carpet. They never did that for any other artist. So Jay-Z's always had this kind of special treatment when it came to things. But now the question is Jay-Z involved in crazier things? I mean, there's been a lot of speculation in a lot of different ways. And people are pointing their attention towards 50 Cent wanting him to do a Jay-Z documentary. And it looks like he might actually do it, because on Instagram, he posted a drawing of Jay-Z that kind of makes fun of his looks. And he posted that photo and he said this in the caption: "Please stop sending me stuff like this. I'm not going to post it." Basically making a joke, you know, because obviously he posted it on his social media. But, and here's the interesting but in this, is someone commented on the post, and the comment got liked by 50 Cent. And this is the comment. It's from Dom KMDA. I hope I pronounced that right, Dom Kanmada. He commented saying, "My only question, he's next, isn't he?" And 50 ended up liking that comment. And here's the thing. I actually saw this on Twitter and X, you know, whatever, Twitter X, whatever you want to call it. And I wanted to confirm, is this real? Because a lot of people Photoshop these type of things just to create drama and create this speculation. So I actually DM'd the guy himself, and I showed him the photo, and I asked him, "Hey, is this a real photo? Did 50 like your comment?" He said, "Hey, yes, he did." And I was like, perfect. Thank you for confirming. Thought it was Photoshopped. I will appreciate the response. And he said, "I was surprised as well. Didn't see that coming." So shout out to him, for, you know, responding to my DM and confirming that, you know, the comment actually got liked by 50, because, you know, a lot of people Photoshop and spread narratives. So me being the proper journalist, whatever you want to call me, news reporter, I, you know, wanted to go get to the source and see if it was actually real. There's also something that's very interesting that went over a lot of people's heads, and that's the documentary coming out on December 2nd. That Diddy documentary coming out on that date. Literally 2 days later, you have Jay-Z's birthday, December 4th, which to me sends a subliminal message to Jay-Z that you're next. So that's crazy. That just, to me, you know, shows that 50 is potentially gonna work on something going at Jay-Z, and he might get Nicki Minaj involved, because Nicki Minaj has a huge issue with Jay-Z with a lot of things, and I don't even know the full details of that, because she's gone at
he was running with that whole crew. And now people are asking the same question. How is this going to play out? How is the public supposed to react? Are they really going to let him just walk back in like nothing happened? The public already made its decision. They're canceling him, but has the industry canceled him? That's the real question. Because all those people who attended those Diddy parties, not one of them has stepped forward to clearly denounce what he allegedly did. Not one. I haven't heard a single strong condemnation. Instead, it's always, let God handle it. Let God handle it? Get out of here with that. If it were your daughter, would you just say, let God handle it? None of them are coming forward. And they can't openly defend him either, because that would damage their brand. It would hurt their image. So they stay quiet, and then you hear things like, Jay-Z is the only one who can call me Sean. I'm the only one who can call him Sean. What does that even mean? That's not loyalty, that's image management. At the end of the day, though, not one person, not one major figure, has publicly and clearly denounced what he's accused of. Not one dot in that silence? That's what people are noticing.
He was running with that whole crew. They want to know how we're going to do it, how the public is going to take him. Is the public going to let him back in? And the public is not. The public is already canceling him. I don't believe the industry has canceled him yet. All those people who went to those Diddy parties, not one of them had came out and denounced what he has done. I haven't heard one of them. I have not heard one person denounce, well, man, let God handle it. Get the hell out of here. Get out of here with that. If that was your daughter, would you let God handle it? All those people, they ain't denounced him. They ain't definitely, they can't come forward and say, yo, I support him. Because it would mess up their brand. It would mess up their brand. Jay-Z. We the only one could call each other Sean. Jay is the only one could call me Sean. I'm the only one could call him Sean. Get the hell out of here. If that ain't no fun boy stuff. But you ain't had not one person, brother, not one person sit there, denounce what he did, or come forward.
But the story doesn't stop there. Over the years, criticisms have resurfaced about how Oprah Winfrey has interacted with certain black celebrities. Ludacris once claimed that his interview responses were edited and that he was lectured about rap music while promoting a film he appeared in. Dave Chappelle later suggested that during his interview, Oprah framed his struggles as paranoia rather than acknowledging the immense pressure he said he was under at the time. Monique has publicly accused Oprah of contributing to her being blacklisted following Precious, while Taraji P. Henson has spoken about being significantly underpaid for her role in The Color Purple. 50 Cent has openly supported several of these grievances, arguing that he sees a pattern in how accountability is applied within the industry. Then there were the controversies surrounding the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa. Incidents reported in 2007 and 2011 brought heavy media scrutiny. In more recent years, online conspiracy theories attempted to connect Oprah to missing children and secret locations, claims that were widely debunked. Still, the lingering online speculation has continued to cast a shadow in certain corners of the internet. Now, with 50 Cent already targeting one powerful mogul through a widely viewed documentary, some fans believe Oprah could face renewed scrutiny, especially after 50 hinted that future revelations may involve figures people would never expect. In Hollywood, connections often overlap. And in this narrative, the paths of Oprah, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Diddy have crossed repeatedly over the years. Oprah has interviewed Beyoncé multiple times, expressing admiration for her career and influence. She has praised the Carters' business achievements and cultural impact. Jay-Z has appeared at events affiliated with Oprah, and she has publicly supported some of his projects. Beyoncé has also participated in high-profile charity events connected to Oprah's network. Individually, these moments may seem routine in an interconnected industry. But to some observers, the repeated overlap has sparked renewed curiosity, especially as past alliances are being re-examined in light of current controversies.
Beyonce didn't want to speak and does not speak to Brandy. And the truth of the matter is, there she go back there with Monica and Kelly, and there go Patti LaBelle, and then there goes Solange, all right? And there's a reason why Solange is around as well. Because if you guys don't know, for a while, Solange and Beyonce actually were not on speaking terms, but they're back talking now, they're back cool, and basically Solange is around to keep Beyonce spiritually protected. Solange is the spiritual protector of that family. Don't get it twisted. Mama Tina is powerful. Solange is the most powerful list. You better ask some damn body. All right. Now, The reason why Beyonce ain't came to speak to Brandy, baby, is because Beyonce does not talk to anyone who used to sleep with Jay-Z. Okay, whether you guys know it or not, and I have to say allegedly, right? Jay-Z and Brandy used to talk back in the day. And by back in the day, I mean like late 90s type stuff, right? Brandy always kept Jay-Z on the low back in the day because quite honestly, he was too ugly to be out in public with. I'm just keeping it real. To claim him publicly, he was too ugly back in the day. Now, when you try to search up pictures of Jay-Z and Brandy, you will find... Hold up, let me see. Hold up. Let me see, because I thought I had a picture of them two. Brandy and Jay-Z. Now this would have been from let's see, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Brandy and Jay-Z. Okay, there we go. Now this picture of them was in 2002. All right, and this was I think was at one of her album release parties, if I'm not mistaken. This was a year after Moesha rap, because Moesha went off air in 2001. Yes, he was dealing with Beyonce at the time as well, and Blue Cantrell. He was, let me tell you, Jay-Z was laying it low and spreading it wide. Jay-Z was one of those dudes in the industry that, you know, you messed around with. He piped you down. But before he was really him, you did not claim him publicly because he was just simply too ugly. It was what it was. But Jay-Z was in love with Brandy then. He's not in love with her now, but he still has love and feelings towards her. He's one of those people that feels like once he done had you and once he done loved you, he always feels like he has like possession over you. Jay-Z is one of those kind of men, baby. I don't know if they told you. Jay-Z is extremely jealous, extremely controlling, and extremely possessive. That's another reason why. Hold up. Where'd the picture go? Where'd the picture go? That's another reason why Beyonce up here. Wait. Anyway, y'all get the point. That's another reason why Beyonce, over the years, a lot of the music that she's made, it's always been with him. A lot of the remixes, it's always been with him or somebody that he approves of her to work with. Okay. Jay-Z was so damn controlling, he didn't even want her father, talking about Matthew Knowles now, he didn't want her father managing her anymore, and he stepped in. And if y'all notice, when Jay-Z stepped in as Beyonce's manager, the music changed, everything changed, and the money started to get effed up. But that's another story for another day. We're not getting on that right now. We're sticking with Brandy and Jay-Z right now. So they started messing around on the low in the 90s. Even to the early 2000s, they were still messing around. I'm not exactly sure which year the relationship officially ended, but just know that Jay-Z was just basically good for, that was what he gave. He gave big, I don't know no other way to put it, but he was like, for the ladies that's watching, you know, like if you ever dealt with like a tall, ugly with big pipe, you went to him to get piped down, but you would not like ever like claim him like that because he was just super ugly. It was what it was. And before he really blew up, didn't nobody want to be seen with him like that. It is what it is. And quite frankly, Jay-Z dated a lot of your favorite female stars from back in the day, but
Diddy and Jay-Z have also maintained a long-standing professional relationship. Over the years, they collaborated on music, appeared together at high-profile events, and moved within many of the same luxury and business circles. Whenever conversations turn to the so-called elite circles surrounding Diddy, Jay-Z, and Beyoncé are often mentioned, not because they've been accused of specific wrongdoing, but because of proximity. The same rooms, the same award shows, the same investment groups, the same private after-parties, the same inner layers of Hollywood influence. In an industry built on relationships and access, simply being close to power can be enough to spark public scrutiny. And as past alliances are revisited, some fans believe figures once viewed as untouchable are now finding themselves under a far brighter spotlight.
Contract. The big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those trophies, trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
You're gonna let him say that? Jay was getting Grammys.
He had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
And he didn't show up.
He has like 20 now.
Hold on.
He had like 18 since he been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was one. He got some shit. He's like drinking. His pictures with him. He thinks the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades. Because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
Right? You were connected to the biggest.
Jay got it for the music. Jay got it for the music.
You didn't see.
He deserved those.
I'm sitting there, it was like this, like Black excellence. They're sitting there like, yeah. It's a billionaire brunch. Like,
I hate you, man.
Unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you this year. Yeah. Come on, bro.
That's crazy. That's crazy. He just looking at his watch during the whole Rock Nation, bro. Like, is it 3:30?
Yeah, it's almost time to get out. Yo, I feel like I'm normal again. Get me out of here.
Oh wow! So that's the deal he signed, huh?
Yeah, that's the deal. Like the other ones didn't count as much as that one did.
Oh, yeah, before I forget this, we talked about Jay. Proximity to Diddy. You don't think he knew anything? He's seemingly around Diddy a lot.
That was a real suburb question.
I know, right? Proximity.
Hold on. Proximity.
Proximity. That's the SAT hit grade word. I had to learn that.
Do you think you knew all of the shit that was going on? Then I was like
I don't want to incriminate myself.
I know, but the way he said it,
like I said,
no matter how you answer that, you snitching.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a nice kind of question.
You asked the question like a fan.
Hey, I grew up with white people. If there's one thing I know, it's how to get a black guy in trouble.
But it's a great question.
Yo, just give him the Happy Meal before you ask him to snitch, bro.
He said, damn, they wasn't even drinking.
Speaking of, how the hell you pronounce
Lechimendewa.
Okay.
It's the King's Path.
King's Path.
Because
Because I know Branson. That's the one I pronounce.
That's the Branson lifestyle. You're going to be outside.
You're not worried that if you throw little and you don't throw out allegations, but like you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way? Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up?
I don't got that in my past. I'm not.
Everybody got a little bit.
Look,
like,
I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better or to remember, buddy. I didn't give her a drink to
This is why 50 Cent's warning feels different. According to his supporters, it isn't framed as random gossip. It's presented as a web of long-standing connections. In that narrative, Oprah's past controversies, Diddy's legal troubles, Jay-Z's public silence, and Beyoncé's carefully managed image are seen not as isolated stories, but as overlapping threads inside the same powerful network, and 50 has made one thing clear. He says Hollywood's power structure no longer intimidates him. Many assumed his documentary would impact only Diddy. But online reactions suggest the ripple effect is broader. Anyone who worked with Diddy, attended his events, collaborated on projects, or moved within similar circles has faced increased public curiosity. That includes artists, producers, executives, and other high-profile figures, not because they've been formally accused, but because proximity alone often sparks speculation. When 50 Cent hinted that more documentaries could be coming, social media buzz intensified. Not necessarily because people are guilty of anything, but because 50 has built a reputation for digging deep and challenging powerful figures behind